Hello everyone, I'm Terry Nealey, your 16th District State Representative. Thank you for joining me on Legislative Update. Today is the 21st day of the 2012 legislative session. We are 1/3 of the way through the session. This week is our first cutoff for policy bills. This means that bills that do not impact the budget must have a hearing and be voted out of committee by Tuesday or they are dead. Due to this time crunch, we have been very busy. Yet we haven't begun to address our main reason for being here, and that's the budget. Despite knowing about the budget gap since last September, the majority party budget writers have done little to put forward a solution that puts our state on solid financial footing in the long term. However, I am hopeful that drafting a sustainable budget and leaving on time is still possible. There is good news, however. We have made progress regarding education funding. I believe, as does the Washington State Supreme Court, that the paramount duty of the state is funding education. That is why I'm happy to report that legislation which funds education first was granted a hearing today. House Bill 2533 would ensure education is funded first in the state budget process. This is great news for our schools. This bill would take the politics out of education and ensure budget writers do not spend money on non-essential government programs before funding schools. The budget, funding education, and public safety are the focus of my time in Olympia. However, as a member of the House Judiciary Committee, I hear a variety of legislation. I've been asked recently to weigh in on a couple of controversial topics. I'd like to share my responses with you as well. One of the issues I've addressed recently is legalizing marijuana. Several bills are being introduced this session that would change the current regulations on marijuana. I'm very opposed to legislation that would legalize using marijuana beyond clearly regulated medicinal purposes. Legalizing marijuana could seriously impact the youth of our state. Marijuana use by minors is already on the rise, making it easily accessible and legal will only cause a sharper increase. These are bad policies that will affect our children, our society, and our future. I was interviewed by the TV station, the Seattle Channel, yesterday regarding my thoughts about marijuana use. I will keep you apprised of the date it airs. The second issue that I've been asked about is same-sex marriage. The bill that would legalize same-sex marriage was voted out of the Judiciary Committee yesterday in a 7-6 vote. I was one of the no votes. Marriage between one man and one woman is a long-standing institution that I support. And I also believe that the bill, as currently written, does not clearly support Article 1, Section 11 of the state constitution, which guarantees religious freedom. While I have addressed both of these issues as part of my service as a member of the Judiciary Committee, I feel that focusing on these controversial social issues is actually a distraction from the real work that needs to be done. Finally, I recently sponsored legislation that would allow certified water right examiners to get insurance instead of having to be bonded for at least $50,000. This bill will allow people outside of the department to certify water rights instead of holding those decisions hostage with a $50,000 bond. This bill would make a huge difference in our district because it would expedite water right applications. I will keep you informed on the progress of this bill. As always, I welcome hearing your questions or concerns regarding issues affecting you. To encourage that even further, I will be holding a telephone town hall tomorrow night from 6:30 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. The telephone town hall works like a radio talk show. You can dial in to ask me questions directly, participate in surveys, or just listen. If you would like to join the conversation, please call 1-877-229-8493 and enter code 15516. If you didn't get that number, my contact information is at the bottom of this screen. I look forward to hearing from you about the issues you find important. Again, thank you for joining me on Legislative Update. I'm your State Representative, Terry Nealey.